Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to explore the 10 main reasons for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, one of the most complex and controversial issues in the world. Let's get started. Late 19th century Jewish migration. The roots of the conflict can be traced back to the late 19th century when Jewish migration to what was then the Ottoman Empire began. The Jews were fleeing pogroms and other persecutions in Eastern Europe and sought to establish a homeland in their ancestral land of Palestine. However, this land was already inhabited by Arab communities who had lived there for centuries. Rise of Zionism. The rise of Zionism, a movement for the re-establishment of a Jewish nation, coincided with this migration. The Zionists claimed that Jews had a historical and religious right to Palestine and that creating a Jewish state would solve the problem of anti-Semitism. The Zionists also received support from some Western powers, such as Britain and France, who had their own interests in the region. Balfour Declaration. The British government's Balfour Declaration in 1917 supported a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, leading to conflicts with Arab communities. The declaration was issued during World War I when Britain was fighting against the Ottoman Empire, which controlled Palestine. The declaration was seen as a way to gain Jewish support for the war effort and to secure British influence in the Middle East. United Nations vote in 1947. The UN voted to partition land in the British Mandate of Palestine into two states, one Jewish, one Arab, following the destruction of much of European Jewry in the Holocaust. The plan was rejected by the Arab states and the Palestinian leadership, who argued that it violated their right to self-determination and gave more land to the Jews than their population warranted. The plan was accepted by the Zionist leadership, who saw it as a compromise and a step towards statehood. Founding of modern Israel. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion declared the establishment of the State of Israel, following the end of the British Mandate. Neither the Palestinians nor the neighboring Arab countries accepted the founding of modern Israel, and launched an attack on the new state. The war resulted in Israel expanding its territory beyond the UN partition plan and creating hundreds of thousands of Palestinian refugees. 1948 War and Nakba. About 700,000 Palestinians were expelled or fled during the 1948 war and were never allowed to return. This event is known as the Nakba, or catastrophe, by the Palestinians, who consider it a deliberate ethnic cleansing by Israel. The refugees settled in camps in neighboring countries such as Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, and Egypt, as well as in Gaza and the West Bank. The refugee issue remains one of the core problems of the conflict. Establishment of Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. In 1964, a coalition of Palestinian groups founded the PLO under the leadership of Yasser Arafat to pursue armed struggle and establish an Arab state in place of Israel. The PLO carried out guerrilla attacks and terrorist acts against Israeli targets, both within and outside Israel. The PLO also gained international recognition and support from many countries, especially in the Arab world and the Soviet bloc. 1967 Six-Day War. Israel launched what it said was a preemptive defensive war against Jordan, Egypt, and Syria, leading to Israeli military occupation of the West Bank and Gaza. Israel also captured other territories such as East Jerusalem, Sinai Peninsula, Golan Heights, and Sheba Farms. The war marked a turning point in the conflict, as it changed the balance of power and created new realities on the ground. Oslo Accords. The Oslo Accords of 1993 to 1995 made progress towards a two-state solution but also led to divisions among Israelis and Palestinians. The accords were signed by Israel's Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and PLO Chairman Yasser Arafat under U.S. mediation. The accords established mutual recognition between Israel and PLO and created an interim self-government for Palestinians in parts of Gaza and West Bank. However, they also left many issues unresolved, such as Jerusalem's status, borders, settlements, refugees, and security. Regional power struggles. The conflict has also been influenced by power struggles between regional powers including Egypt, Iran, Turkey, and Qatar, supporting different sides of the conflict. These countries have their own agendas and interests in shaping the Middle East's politics and security. Some of them have provided military or financial aid to Israel or Palestine or their allies. Some have also mediated or intervened in peace talks or hostilities. That's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new and interesting about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more amazing facts. And don't forget to leave a comment below and tell me what topic you want me to cover next. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.